Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another video of mine. I recently saw videos on tips for collecting video games. Now, I do know that some of you have checked out my video game console collection, and I decided to offer some tips to beginner collectors who want to, acquire more titles for their own private collection. So, I'm going to make this short video. Hopefully this won't take too long, and these are all just suggestions. You don't have to take them to heart. Ultimately, it's up to you how you collect your games. If you want to follow some of these, cool. If you don't, also cool. And if you have any suggestions yourselves, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll be more than willing to check them out. Okay, but these ones are mine. Okay, number one, make use of online resources. Sites like Kijiji and eBay, on occasion, not always, mind you, but on occasion, you can find some really good deals. Because of the boom in especially classic console and game collecting lately over the last couple of years, it is getting harder and harder to find great deals online. But hey, it only takes a couple of moments to check, and you never know. You could stumble across a really nice deal. And with modern technology like your cell phone or anything like that, and these apps are available for iOS, Android, and BlackBerry. It's just a good thing to have. You never know. You may be able to score that really nice find that you've been after for a while. Two, and also on the flip side, make use of local resources in your area. Local shops, flea markets, Goodwill. You never know when you could stumble across that hidden gem. So it's always good to try and keep your eye out for these things. Another good resource is, don't be afraid of greatest hits titles. They're usually sold for a lower selling rate, and you still get the game, and you get to play it, and you get to enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with greatest hits titles. Yeah, they don't have the same resale value as like other editions, but you're trying to build a collection. You're not in it for money, right? So greatest hits titles are nice. They could be a great way to get that one game that you're particularly looking for. And that also comes into my next point. Don't get into it for profit. If you're trying to get into retro gaming collecting, or any video game collecting in general, the market changes so drastically that the chances of you potentially turning a profit, unless you manage to score one of those ultra rare titles like Nintendo World Championships 1990 Gold Card or something like that, you may be able to turn a profit, you may not. So that shouldn't be the reason why you buy and collect these titles. You should buy and collect them because you enjoy them. Another thing is, where is it now? Give me a moment. Steelbooks and collector's editions are nice, but not a necessity, especially if you want to build a nice collection for yourself. If your main goal is to play these titles and enjoy them, it's really, you don't need to have steelbooks, you don't need to have collector's editions, especially considering all you want to do is just play these games. But ultimately, it's up to you. You collect for your own reasons, for your own enjoyment. Check out repair shops. If there's a console that you want to get, sometimes repair shops will get in consoles for repair, and then the owner won't pick them up over an extended period of time. They're classified as abandoned or something like that. And on occasion, these repair shops may actually sell them to recoup some of their losses. Sometimes sell them at a great discount. So that could be another good way to score a console that you may not have and you would like to get. And another one, and this one I can't stress enough, be patient. And you can see in some of my other videos, some of the consoles that I own in my collection literally took me years to acquire. A perfect example is that the boxed Neo Geo that I have. That one I had been after for several years before I finally had the opportunity to get it. And it worked out well. I managed to get that console. It's a great system, and I'm glad I have now. I was able to get it for a very reasonable price. Number two, well, not number two, I guess this would be number 8 actually. Doubles can be your friend. Let's say you have 2 copies of one game. Let's say you bought a copy and a friend of yours or whatever gave you another copy of the exact same title as a gift, and you don't want doubles. You could use that other double as currency for trade in value at your favorite store, again eBay or Kijiji, and you can use it as currency to get another game that you may potentially want. It's always nice. Number 9, check out other collectors on YouTube. You never know what's out there. Sometimes there could be that rare hidden gem that you never knew existed, but another collector may already own it. Collectors love talking about their collections, and they love showing them off. So who knows? There could be that one title that you never knew existed, and suddenly now you've gained information about it. You have found out that it is possibly in circulation, and it could be a relatively common title, and you can go down to your local shop and say, hey, do you have this game? I want to check it out. It's a great way to discover new titles that you may have never heard about. 10. Don't throw out your consoles if for some reason, God forbid this never happens, but for some reason they may break. Ultimately, these are electronics. They're not traditionally designed to last for decades, and sometimes accidents happen. But don't necessarily huck your system into the garbage right away. It could be repaired for a very reasonable price, or someone else may want it for parts, and you can use that as barter for something else that you may want to add to your collection. You never know. Another good tip that I like is bundles can be your friend. You never know what's out there. And a while ago, I picked up a Japanese PS2, and I specifically bought this PS2 just so I could play one particular title, which happened to be Strawberry Panic for the PS2. Now, when I bought this title, it came with a bunch of it came with like 8 or 10 other Japanese games. I did get the one game that I was looking for, which I actually had to buy on eBay, but who knows? There could be someone else who might be specifically looking for those titles, and I could use those as currency to get maybe something else that I want. You never know. It's always good to hang on to the games that come with bundles, because ultimately you never know what other people are looking for. You could have the exact same thing that they want, and you may get something that you want in return. And ultimately, the last bit of advice I could give is enjoy collecting and enjoy your collection. That's the whole reason why we as collectors, not just for video games, but for anything from classic cars to comic books, that's the whole reason why we've got into this and invested our time, money, and energy into it, is because we enjoy doing it and we have our own reasons for doing it, and that's why we do it. Like, for example, my factory sealed copy of the Gilded Fate Paradox for NIS America. Am I going to open this? Probably not. Will I try and find another copy that I can actually play and enjoy? Probably yes. I collect it because I like it. I collect it because it's fun, and it's something I've always enjoyed, and someday I want to keep collecting. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say about my tips for people who want to get into video game collecting, whether it be modern or retro or both. But ultimately, yeah, use resources. Keep your eye out for something that you may be looking for. Don't be afraid of greatest hits titles, because it's a great way to experience a game that you've been wanting to play for a reasonable price. Steel books and collector's editions are nice, but not a necessity. Check out repair shops. Doubles can be your friend. Check out other collectors on YouTube to see what's available and what they have. Don't toss your broken consoles. Bundles can be your friend. And again, the biggest piece of advice I can give is be patient. Patience is your greatest ally, and it's your best tool. Because it could take you years to get what you want, but eventually you can get it. So again, enjoy your collections, enjoy collecting, and just have fun with it. Bottom line, just have fun. See you later.